morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another day in the United States stock market. We have a lot to talk about this morning. Oh my God, we got GDP numbers. We had Facebook earnings last night. We had job numbers coming in. Oh my God, the market is in shambles right now for a very specific reason that we are going to be obviously discussing throughout this morning here before market open. So again, I don't really have much right now. I only really have that ACB that I don't know what's going to happen with it. It could do something great. It could do something terrible. Who knows? So it is that time of day, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, I would love to receive some good mornings. Let's do our roll call. If you guys are new to the stream, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would not mind hitting that like button on your way in here, costs you nothing to do it, helps me out a whole lot, spreading these streams out to some more people so that people are actually going to be given that fighting chance in the market and can understand what is actually going on. But let's see who we have in here so far. This is going to be a wild, wild, wild day. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. We got Daily Taylor, Rogue, Angel, Sam, Hawaii. Good morning, buddy. Dr. Bob, Starsky, Daily Taylor, Rycack, Caesar, Wreck-It Ralph. What's up, buddy? Jay, Andreas, KM, Eddie. Let's see. Najendra, D for Firmino. Good morning, everybody. So, all right, you guys want to board departure? Good morning. All right, you guys want to get into a little bit with what's going on this morning with the GDP data first before we start talking about tickers? I think we should. So, GDP came out. The estimate was, I believe it was like, what was it? It was like 2.5 or something. I know it was 1.6, what it came out as. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, so US GDP plus 1.6% rate in the first quarter. The consensus was up 2.4%. So that right now, at face value, when I'm looking at the GDP data, I'm really trying to liken it back to what Powell told us at the last FOMC meeting. What he effectively told us is that he expects GDP growth to slow and unemployment to go up. Now, he was then asked some further questions about GDP and unemployment, and he said, well, the unemployment numbers aren't necessarily the end all be all, but they are looking at the growth numbers so that they are paying attention to GDP. But here is what the market is actually reacting on this morning. I know I put it in the live chat for you guys. The reason why the market is selling off so much is that we have higher than expected inflation, lower than expected growth, and it doesn't look like we have high unemployment, but when you look at the last non-farm payroll data, when all of those job gains are coming from part-time jobs, well, obviously it's going to show that the unemployment rate is not actually as high as it should be. So what all of those different factors are showing is stagflation, and that is really not good. What a lot of people are going to be talking about now is that if GDP growth is slowing and you still have high inflation, well, the Fed is really going to have a difficult time cutting rates unless if they start to go through that thought process and say, well, we are okay with inflation being higher for longer. They'd have to look at, I know Ralph and I were talking about this morning, they'd have to look at wage growth and say, well, are wages actually coming up at a sustainable rate to allow that higher for longer inflation, which they're not, if you guys read any of my Twitter threads. So it's going to be difficult for the Fed to come in and say, well, we're all right with cutting. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, guys. And again, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way and helps out a whole lot spreading this out. Nobody's really talking about this with you guys. I don't know why they don't. These are things that you absolutely have to know if you want to have long-term success in the market. Tomorrow is also a very big day. We have PCE data coming out pre-market. That is the Fed's preferred metric of inflation. So if that number comes out way lower than expected or even slightly good, what you then have is declining GDP, and you also have declining of the Fed's preferred metric of inflation. So then you could see rate cut expectations start to come back up. If the PCE data comes out hot tomorrow, higher than expectations, this market is going to have some very, very, very significant issues. Very significant issues. Why is that? Well, you're just feeding into that stagflation narrative even more. And that is really not a good thing to see. Stagflation is very bad. And then I posted this chart on Twitter last night with the 10-year. So if you guys saw this, I mean, it just looked like the 10-year wanted to make that move higher. And typically what you would see when you saw bad data, such as what we saw this morning, you would see a flight into bonds. That's not what you're seeing. When yields go up like this, guys, remember, yields and bond prices have an inverse relationship. So if bond prices are coming down here, it means there's less demand for those bonds. People are not flying into the USD as much as they could be, and you're seeing yields get pushed up. This is a very weird environment, guys. Like, this is going to be it's not going to be tough for us, obviously. Like, we're going to be able to understand where to place our money, especially for these trades. But for the new market participant and for honestly the everyday citizen, this is not a good situation at all. It is not good. So have fun. Bidenomics, baby, I guess. So USD JPY, we also have to talk about this. This thing is making new highs over here at 155.64. That is very, very, very significant. And again, with VIX Insights, when that comes out later for you guys this evening, I know you guys are going to see that. It's kind of ties everything all together and what they're doing with the yen here. And it's going to be interesting. I think, yeah, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. So, I mean, I still have the ACBs. I mean, it came back up a little in the pre-market. ACB, though, I mean, this was also during the time when the market was not having any fun. I'm not worried about this. If it ends up wanting to stop me out, it stops me out. We've already had an absolutely epic week with the swings. I'm still sitting green on this position. I want to see what happens with it. It's really the only thing I have. I don't have any of those inverse ETFs anymore. It's a good thing you didn't buy those meta calls off earnings. Well, again, if you listened to me in that Twitter space yesterday, what was I saying? I said, well, you're seeing a very interesting. Anyone have Meta? I almost did because I do own Meta, but they were pricing in way too much for their earnings, and they were just trying to steal from the option chain. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But what did I tell everybody in the Twitter space yesterday? If you have stocks that are trading very, very close to their 52-week highs or yearly highs, and they are about to report earnings in this environment, they need to do so much on that earnings report. They have to blow away expectations in order for the market to be okay bidding that higher. They have to do so much. But you also, so if they come in, and again, it came completely to fruition there. We saw a beat on revenue and a beat on EPS. Now, again, the market was really reacting to the increased CapEx, the capital expenditures, that Facebook is going to be undertaking. And if you look at it historically, what Facebook has done with CapEx, it hasn't been great. Remember, they poured a boatload of money into the metaverse, and they really haven't seen any returns from that. So, great Twitter space yesterday, by the way. Oh, thank you, Tori. Yeah, I'm going to be back on one of them on Monday. How do I like your play? Which one was it? The short? The short was good. The short was good, Squirrel. So, but also what I want to tell you guys too is like that type of reasoning and thought process is the same thing on stocks to the downside. Like Tesla is a great example of missing earnings and then moving back up. Now we have another company today that could do something very similar to what Tesla did, and that's Intel. Where do we find that group chat? What group chat? There is no group chat. The Twitter Spaces? Well, that's just me out on Twitter. If you guys have notifications turned on for me on Twitter, which you should, funny how we talked about Facebook capex just before earnings, and ta-da, it was a major issue. Yeah, I know. It's dude, the capex on Facebook, like the metaverse stuff, they can't. It's almost like saying, it's like giving your friend who every single time he drinks, he blacks out and just does really stupid things. It's like giving them a whole bottle of vodka and saying like, "Oh, have fun. Hopefully nothing goes wrong." And that's how the market's reacting to Facebook's capex. That's pretty much what it is. They're just pouring money down the drain. Or that's what they've been doing. Jay, congratulations, buddy. Just got approved for your Top Step funded account. Gonna practice today first. Good work, buddy. Yeah, you guys have been crushing it. You guys have been absolutely crushing it. Funny analogy. It's basically what it is for Facebook there. But yeah, yields up. Interesting. So I would expect silver and gold to be up today. Where's the dollar? Is the dollar down on this? I mean, it's up. That's strange. I mean, that could be hurting silver and gold now. That's so weird. Look at that, man. I mean, you guys saw that chart on the 10-year on Twitter yesterday. Like, I try to help sometimes. I try to help you guys. I try to help. But so on the other side too, like we have other companies that are going to report that are near those 52-week highs as well. And that is, I mean, they have to blow earnings expectations away for the market, especially in this environment. Think about big money. All of the different risks that are going on right now, stagflation, lower growth, higher inflation. They have to do something, any of these companies have to do something so extraordinary on their earnings in order to make these big money institutions feel comfortable going in. Celsius thoughts? It's probably down on the pre-market. I don't hate the company though. I like the company a lot. I mean, this thing, if this thing can fall a little bit more, I mean, maybe I'd take a little longer term position on it. I mean, this thing was trading at 100. It's at 70. That's not bad. If it can get down to like 65, I mean, I'd be, ooh, Palantir. Come on, dude. You cannot, this stock cannot get down below 20. I want it down below so I can buy more of it. This thing just hates it. Morning, SUV. Good morning, William. And again, team, as you guys are filtering in here, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button, helps out a whole lot. Getting these streams out to some more people, man. I mean, you guys kind of see what we go through every single day here. James, good morning, everybody. Dude, this is going to be a wild day. This is going to be a wild day. Where's ES right now? Down 1.3. I don't think we're going to get a day trade setup today. Also, I mean, you guys saw the nice little 10% SPX trade. This move here, literally, I top ticked it. Well, no, I got top ticked on the like on my stop. Like my stop was 51.1650 right before the death candles. Come on, that's rude. That was rude. Facebook previous earnings really hyped due to dividend or something. Yeah. The VIX is already flying up. That would make sense. Yin was holding well, but I believe they are selling off now too. Yeah, Yin's down 1.34. I mean, that still looks good though. That China theme that could kind of come to fruition in the summer could be interesting. Yeah, ACB's coming down now. Let's see. That was refresh rate in the proper challenge. Dude, I know. I was like, are you kidding me right now? It literally just top ticked me. I was like, are you serious? I was about to get ready for that Twitter space. And I was like, bro. And then, but I had it on SPX too, which is fine. Like it didn't hit the stop that I wanted to have on the contract. So I held that and that was nice. So, I mean, there you go. That's fine. I mean, I hit it on one of them. All right, team. We got about, 17 minutes to go here. Let's see what we have. I don't think there's anything crazy coming through. Bank of Japan to consider measures to reduce its government bond purchases. That's interesting. Can I look at HCP? Oh, the acquisition by IBM. Yeah, I've heard about that. I always stay away from acquisitions, guys. Most, again, retail traders are going to fly into those things that are like, oh my God, look at this. I don't know if there's a buyout price out there. IBM probably, if that acquisition goes through, is probably going to sell off a little bit initially. That's typically what happens when companies go through and acquire others. Wow, 10-year is absolutely ripping right now. If Musk was on Meta? No. Well, no. Either way, it's just that like if Tesla was trading near those 52-week highs and they released the earnings that they did, they would have sold off aggressively too. It's just the way that you have to view earnings this season, guys. It's very different. Yeah, IBM down almost 10% off that news. Right. Acquisitions are the acquiring company, the company that's going to buy another company, almost always is going to sell off when they announce an acquisition. And obviously, the other company is probably going to go up because most of the time, the acquisitions go through at a premium to current market prices. Very similar to what you guys saw with Twitter. When Elon was going to take it private. 3 years up 2%. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, my God. All right. This thing I want it. Sub 20. USDJ. Oh, USD JPY just sold off on that bond news. That's interesting. So the slowing the pace of government bond purchases is affecting the yen right now. It's increasing its value a little bit versus the dollar. That's interesting. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. I mean, again, guys, you guys know how disciplined I am in the market and the reasons why I'm able to have the success that I do. If things are really not going to fit exactly the way I want to trade due to the data that I've shown you guys, and that I know very well, it never really makes sense for me to do it. Very rarely. I mean, I'll take some like flyers on things sometimes, but it's usually with tiny, tiny, tiny size. This 10-year move is nasty. What's going on, guys? What's up, Austin? How you doing, buddy? All right. Let's see what we got here, team. This is going to be a very, very interesting morning. Very interesting morning. It kind of goes against our thesis. Um, it does, but if this thing gets bought right back up, which it is, then no. Which a lot of the time when you see these initial, unless they raise rates, it's not going to do anything to USD JPY. It's just not. Like they're not taking any drastic measures to increase the value of the yen. Until they do that, it's just gonna screw around. We're looking at any plays today. If we can find some, yeah. I mean, we do have PCE tomorrow. I might set something up for that. That could be fun. But other than that, I mean, I'm not really looking to do a whole lot. I mean, I'm up nicely again this week. Just kind of stacking up those wins and just making money. Like you guys have seen it, like all the stuff on the Swing Kings list, the DRV, the BITI, the inverses that we gave you. And then also like ACB was looking good. It's down below, I think 7 now in the pre-market. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. This thing, I mean, it could just chop around and then continue. I don't like, there's no expiration on the shares that I have. This can do whatever it wants. If it wants to stop me out, sure. If it wants to run up to our targets, great. Again, guys, the outcome of one individual trade for me is completely meaningless. Completely meaningless. Hawaii, you got to slow it down, buddy. That's what I was trying to tell you yesterday in our messages. Like, Hawaii, how fast was I responding to you? Again, all you guys that hop into the courses, like I'm always just like right on it with making sure that you guys understand. You got to slow it down. You got to think and have that long-term vision, because if you see the market doing this and it's going to cause you to get emotional and act again and not using a data-driven back-tested system, you're going to run into problems. That was amazing. Yeah, I know. I know. I told you guys, like when you guys hop in and you guys have questions, I'm right on it with you. I see those messages, I'm getting right back to you. I'm not watching any levels for Nvidia. Again, you guys are going to see I trade very differently than you guys are going to see a lot of people out there. Like I could talk about levels all day long. To me, a lot of the time it's irrelevant. Like if I look at Nvidia right now, what do I want to do on this thing? The way that I trade this chart is completely nothing. I don't want anything to do with this. I look for things like this. 10-year. You see a chart that looks like this, you tell me, I'll be all over it. But Nvidia, like, no, I'm not doing anything on that. Again, my discipline with you guys is probably gonna piss a lot of you guys off. But that's again the secret to having that success in the market. That's exactly what it is. It's making sure that you're able to have that disciplined and have the blinders on to all the other nonsense that's out there. What's going on with Bitcoin in the crypto space? Bitcoin's probably getting hammered. I was actually thinking about trying to get a long on Bitcoin, but I wanted to. Yeah, no. I mean, I wanted. This is the 15-minute. I don't care about that. But I needed it to see this thing consolidate a little bit more above the 10 in order for me to be interested in this. It didn't. It invalidated. All right, no trade. He replied in real time. I know I did. I did. That goes for all you guys. When you hop in there, I mean, I know it's one-time fee, but like anytime you guys have questions, I gotcha. Yin down, ES down 1.4%. Oh my lord. ES at levels not seen since Monday. Like, I mean, people are gonna freak out about this, but it's really the stagflation element. But there, you can't, again, guys, you can't freak out about the GDP numbers yet until tomorrow. If PCE tomorrow comes out hot, yeah, this market's really gonna have some issues. If it comes out much lower than expected, then like it's not gonna like you're gonna then see the market come back up and rate cut expectations skyrocket right back to the upside. How low will SPY go? As low as it wants to. Again, guys, remember, when I'm day trading everything, I do not care where the market goes. I do not care. Right now, today, with the pre-market action, there's probably going to be no solid opportunities. And remember, guys, the reason why that strategy is able to have like 15, 16 winning months in a row is because of that data-driven approach. So again, you guys got to be careful out there. Do not let the market today and the movements that you're seeing dictate what you're going to do. The TLT trade is starting to move up your watch list for the future. If the 10-year hits 5, I'll start really looking at TMF. Well, Ralph, remember what I told you this morning, how I want to short USD JPY in May or play the long on the futures? Well, what else could actually still happen and be a trade off of USD JPY coming down? TMF and TLT. So I'm going to be paying attention to that. That's going to be interesting. They would need to set up, though, which right now, the 10-year still got some room up. The 10-year still has some room to the upside there. So we got to be careful of that. Let's see. Oh, my God. We're 9 likes away from 50 already. Thank you, team. Ooh, ACB coming down. Ouchie. Let's see. I think it's still green. Yeah, it's still green. Oh, still way green. We got to see what happens with that today. But yeah, I would get interested in something like that. It just kind of got delayed. I mean, we called it from like sub 85 to 100. And then we got to see what's going to happen with it now. Palantir, I want this thing sub 20. If this can get down sub 20, even into here, oh, I want it. I want it. Just for the long term. Just buy the shares and forget about it. I love that company. What else? Oh, this is another interesting one. Snowflake. How's this doing? Nah, this thing's selling off. They do have earnings coming up. This would be one that I would watch for a potential upside move on earnings. They just had terrible management issues with this. Their tech is solid. It's just they just have awful management. Awful management there. So they got to figure that out. Maybe they can, maybe they won't. Who knows? But I mean, we were kind of spot on with the Facebook call for their earnings. I didn't trade it. I was thinking about it, but I would have had to go so far out of the money to make it make sense. I just didn't want to do it. What else? For earnings today, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have? I think it's what? Google. It's a lot of big ones today after hours. I might play around. We've got Microsoft, Google, Intel, Snap, Roku. Those are big. T-Mobile. So we've got those 4. Tomorrow morning before open, we have a couple of the oil companies. So that's going to get interesting for us. Well, let's see, team. Oh, also, the first VIX Insights research report, guys, is coming out right at after hours, set right at market close today. You guys are going to have access to that first VIX Insights research report. Oh, boy. Everything that's happening with USD JPY right now and kind of what's going on with yields. I told you guys the title of it on Twitter. It's called Threading the Needle. It's going to be a real interesting one. I know you guys are excited for that. 10-year coming down a little, nothing crazy. Where did USD JPY go? Did it eat up that move? Little bit. It did a little bit. Where's the 15-minute? Yeah, it kind of tried to eat that up. Yay. Oh, I'm excited for you guys. And then we'll have the single stock research report out for you guys this weekend. I'm going to write that up for you guys today. That's going to be another good one. Will the reports be archived? Yeah. Yeah, they will. So you guys will get to see them all. Let's see here. All right. ACV getting manhandled. Manhandled. Have you ever heard the phrase, you can't fit a camel through the eye of a needle? I have not. That's an interesting one. I have not heard that one. All right. Let's see what we got here. I don't see anything coming really through the news feed. Well, yeah, no cuts are being priced in now due to this. Wait, are you kidding me? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Biden says GDP shows stable growth, but more work needed. That's brain dead right there. That is absolutely brain dead. How are you going to say that GDP growth is stable when it literally is signaling stagflation? How does that make any sense? Oh, it's from the Bible? Oh, that's cool. Like, guys, think about it like this. You just had a giant piece of data come out. GDP missed expectations by a boatload. And now you have the leader of the free world coming out and saying that it looks stable. Yeah, okay, great. Awesome. That makes so much sense. Do you guys know what happens during stagflation? The quality of life for people gets even worse. You have high inflation and low growth and high unemployment. How does that work? Luke 18:25. Interesting. Mine is stable as well. Like, guys, how is that pop? All right. So I guess they're just coming after the working class there. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna go real well for you. Jeez, man, it's brain dead. You see yesterday, I hate to do this now, but you see yesterday the video that was circulating around that he was just like reading something. He was like, 4 more years, pause. He forgot to say no diddy. All right, let's continue over here. All right, man, we're having fun. This is gonna be nuts this morning. Let's see. How many times we jump into the fruits that we can't? That's so funny. Dude, it's so funny. All right, what's ACB doing? I'm not having any fun. Darn. I don't know. The swings are gonna be interesting going into this next weekend, team. I mean, you gotta it's gonna be an interesting weekend. It's gonna be hard to find stuff. So if we gotta take a week off of the swings, we gotta take a week off of the swings. Lock in the games. Such a clown show. Yeah, I know. If you watch videos of like Biden from like 15 years ago, he says some wild things. I saw some edits on TikTok and I was like, whoa, where'd he go? The shadow realm, I think. 10-year, ripping again. I mean, you guys saw, I posted this chart on Twitter for you guys last night and I was like, hey man, the 10-year looks like it wants to rip. And then boom, there she is. All right, what do we got? 3 minutes until market open, ladies and gentlemen. Again, team, make sure you guys keep smacking that like button on the way in. Let's see if we can hit that 150 like threshold today. You guys might be able to, you know what? I'll do it right now. I'll say it. Ankles. I'll say the magic word. 150 likes, we'll do ankles. Palantir, I want it low. Where is Snap? Because Snap is, I don't know if I'll play this. I mean, there are a couple of things that are certain in life. Death, taxes, and Snapchat will get hammered on earnings. Hammered. That was the one time that it ever didn't, and it still lost it. Snapchat, hammered. All right, that one still got absolutely hammered right here, down 10%. Snapchat, what did happen here? Oh, down 0.64. What happened here? Down 38%. I'm telling you guys, that one's an interesting one with Snapchat. I don't know. Intel is one that I might screw around with today after hours. I don't know. Like, I want to be able to use the post earnings strategy. That's probably what we're gonna do a whole lot of. But it just, I mean, the market conditions just don't look that good. Just for overall. So we're gonna have to. DJT is up 4%. That's interesting. I mean, it's been another solid week. Even if ACB gets stopped, I mean, I'll still be very green. So just going to kind of wait around, see what happens with that, and just kind of let it go. You know, if it ends up coming back, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's how it works, man. Less trades, more profits. That's what you guys got to realize. Oh, I haven't said this yet today, but remember, guys, that 50% off deal to All My Education is coming to an end soon. If you guys want the Day Trading Mastery course and the Swing Kings course, both of them for the price of one, make sure you guys take advantage of that soon because, again, the deal is it's the best trading education that you guys are ever going to get. It has the nastiest day trading strategy that I've ever seen, and I don't just say that, I show you 10 months of the trades that are taken with it. And then the Swing Kings course teaches you guys how to find stocks that are about to explode before they do, very similar to what you guys see me do all of the time. And I also send you guys the watch list every single week, and even though it's a one-time fee, I'm always around to answer your guys' questions. Hawaii can really attest to that. He hopped in yesterday, and he can tell you how fast that I was replying to all of his questions yesterday. But market open. Let's get after it, team. Let's have a good day, huh? ACB opens up at 697. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I got a lot of room on this thing. I got almost $1 of room. Where's Tesla? I want to see how Tesla's reacting, because it was green in the pre-market. Now it's down 2%. Amazing, great courses. I strongly recommend Hawaii. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah. Anybody else that's in here that has hopped in and you guys want to share your experiences and what it's been like in there for you? I mean, Hawaii's been in there for a day and he's already coming in there, giving nice feedback. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. What's Yum doing? I never took that one, but how is that looking? Icky or good? There's another one, man. There's another one. I mean, this was on the Swing Kings watch list for you guys last weekend. We had this break on Monday, and then this thing just went absolute. I mean, not nuts. This is probably a nice solid base hit trade for you guys. Did anybody trade yeah, Yum's still moving up. Did you guys trade options or shares on it? This one I didn't touch just because of the spreads on them. ACB back up. That's nice. That's nice. I mean, I'm only down like 0.5% here. Do you teach a specific strategy for the day trade course? Oh yeah, it's very specific. 400% on meta puts. You took options and are up 62%. There you go, Boric. Yeah, so for both of them, Lava Gamer, I teach you strategies. And also in the day trade one, I also go through like what are options, what are futures, things like that to make sure that you guys understand. And then yeah, for the Swing Kings one, I mean, I teach you that strategy too. That was nasty. ECB chilling around 7. That's fine. Let's see what happens with this today. ES, I mean, if it loses this zone here, Spaghetti-O, you could be looking at some of these levels. I don't know. I mean, this thing is sold off already so much today. 1.4% is pretty aggressive. Amazing learning quality. Caesar, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that 50% off deal is coming to an end very soon. You guys are interested in finally giving yourself a fighting chance in the market? There you go. You took DJT shares and up 43% on those. Oh my God, Boric. When the heck did you buy? Ooh, Tesla coming back. Tesla could actually give us that setup that I'm looking for, but where is DJT? Oh man. I mean, you kind of bottom ticked it here, I bet, but that's not. DJT is actually breaking out. Hold on. That's a nasty chart. How are the premiums on it? Is it terrible? They're actually not that bad. Oh, I mean the spreads are pretty icky, but how would hmm. Hmm. I might try to steal here. Ah, nope. They screwed around with it. These I might be able to steal. I kind of like that. See, I don't want to deal with these spreads. I feel like every time that I say like, oh, I don't want to deal with the spreads, the trade ends up going nuts. Like, I feel like that happens every time. Yum, like there are a lot of them. I mean, maybe I'm just picking a terrible expiration date here. Nah, they're so spready. I mean, I might give this a minute to see if the spreads are going to tighten. Actually, that's not bad. But where is that? Hold on. No, that's too close. All right, I'm gonna give this a minute to see if the half options has shares. No, I could do that. I want the spreads to tighten. I don't want to get slapped on it. I like that though a lot. I'm trying to get something, you know? I don't want them to rob me here. Like I'm trying to look those are not bad. Those are terrible. These are pretty icky. These actually aren't bad now. Hold on. If I could get them here, I'd be happy with that. I just want to give it a minute. How's the trading been? Freaking awesome, man. I mean, even with this market environment, we've been having so much fun. I mean, I might just size it for 0 and just go for it. ACB coming down. All right, the spreads are tightening. The spreads are tightening on this expiration date. Let me see what they're. I'm just hunting through different expiration dates here. Those are awful. I could really sling it. I might just leave this be for a little bit. Which platform is the best for funded futures? You never use Tradeovate or Ninja. TradingView is TradingView is not really an option. TradingView is an option if you're already on a broker and you connect it to TradingView. So you're gonna have to use Tradeovate or Ninja Trader. I like both. They're basically the same. It's basically the same interface because Ninja Trader owns Tradeovate. I prefer not to like wildly sling this though. All right, those spreads tightened. I'm gonna see if I can steal something. Do I ever trade currency pairs? No. If you have the ability, here's the speech. If you ever have the ability to trade future stocks or options over Forex, you absolutely should because all of the futures brokers are having different data feeds. You have to deal with wide spreads and crazy slippage. The prop firms are also all out there to steal from you. So by trading Forex while having the ability to trade future stocks or options, you're just putting your head in the alligator's mouth and hoping you don't get bit. Somebody clip that and post it somewhere so that I don't have to say that all the time. Sorry. Did I get this? No, they're not letting me steal it. Let's look at this though. The only reason why I wouldn't want to go shares is gap down risk. Like if I were to go with the shares, I could do something like this, but that actually would make sense. What if I did this? What would this look like for risk to reward? Nike. Come on. Oh, that's down. All right. That actually wouldn't be too bad. The shares would make sense there. I just the gap down risk would be interesting because like I'd have to take obviously a much larger position with shares, which would then place me at a little bit more risk. That got sold into there. ACB sub 7. ES not having any fun. 10-4, thanks SCV. No problem, Toast. And yeah, guys, that new I mean, they're not a new prop firm. They've been around for a little while here, but that deal to get any account size for 50 bucks is coming to an end at the end of the month. So if you guys are interested in taking advantage of that, I mean, here's the link. It's like Top Step, but cheaper, and they have some better rules. So that's why we've been talking about that one. I think that's probably, I mean, Apex is interesting too, but I think my funded futures is probably the best one for you guys to take advantage of. But where's DJT? Eh, I don't know. I kind of like it, but it'd be the reason why I want options on it is I just want to size it for 0 and sling it. That's it. That's really it. Let me see what those are now. The ones that I wanted. Those are a little better now, actually. Come on. Gimme. Give me my position. They're not letting me do it. Oh, come on. I'm not hitting the ask. That's for sure. I'll leave that order here. I'll just watch it. I'm fine with taking it there. What are they going to do? Are they going to give me this? All right. I'll move it up a little bit. That's it. That's all you're getting. Oh, they're playing. They came to play on the chain. They came to play. Let's see. The clip is in your DMs. Thanks. I can't be saying that all the time. It's annoying. Where's ES? Where's Tyler been? He probably at school, man. Tyler's in school. Oh, somebody's playing with me here. All right, that's it. You get that, and that's all. That's all you get. DJT. They're not even filling that. Get out of here. No. No, not yet. I'm going to go to another expiration date and see if I can steal from them. That I definitely can't do. I'd have to go for like next week's, which I don't want to do. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Those are chill. Oh, they tighten them up. Let me see if I can get that. All right. We're slinging it. Let's see what happens here. ES looking interesting. What's the 5-minute look like? Do we have more data coming out today? I think we do. Let's see. 5-minute doesn't look good. Thursday. Pending home sales. Oh my God. Oh no. At 10, we have pending home sales. Oh no. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Pending home sales. All right, give me 2 seconds. I gotta run and turn the AC on. It'll take like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Let's have some fun today. How's DJT? There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I did get the fill, so we're going to see what happens there. What are those up right now? 5.5%. Nice. Nice. I'd like that setup. I mean, that's screaming at me to fire it. So, I mean, might as well let it rip. This is sick. 1,100 on NQ. Done for the day. Thanks, STV, for teaching me this the past 2 years. Christopher, congratulations, buddy. That is awesome. Again, you guys have that link right there to get the 50% off deal to all my education while it still lasts. There you go. DJT doing its thing. That's going to be incredibly volatile. So, I mean, where do I want my alerts? I want one here. If it even lets me put alerts today. Oh, it does. Sick. And then I want one here. And that's it. SMCI and NVIDIA both green as well now? What? Whoa, NVIDIA's green. Where's AMD? Oh, thank God. I thought AMD was going to get manhandled. I was like, oh no, I don't want to look at it today. Yeah, here comes DJT. We're slinging this one. My DJTs somehow are now up 30%. I don't know how that's happened, but I'm fine with it. So, all right, man, let's see what happens. All right. So I got that fill right before this big ripper on it. So let's see. Squeeze the shorts. Do you think the market will price in this bad data today after PCE tomorrow? If PCE is positive tomorrow, the market is going to, oh, these are going to go. Lizard Power, what are they up now? They're spready, that's why. They're up like 23. If PCE is good tomorrow, then this market is going to have a little fun. If it's bad, this market is going to capitulate. I don't know. This is size for zero, guys. This DJT thing that I have right now is it's literally size for zero. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's just very few and far between opportunities in the market right now. If I see one, I'll play it, but with a little less risk. Same deal with the ACB. You guys have seen kind of where my shifts have been coming over the last few weeks here, kind of taking some more trades on the downside and making sure that we're hedged and playing around with those these market conditions, making sure that we're all right. We're going to see what happens with it. If it hits, it hits. If it goes to zero, that's perfectly fine. This thing just lost like 60 cents. It's going to be really volatile. What are they at now? They're still green. Disney looking at the danger zone. Oh, boy. Where's Disney? This is definitely going to... Wow, Disney is not looking good. Yeah, this is definitely going to... Well, it depends because if... Again, you have to pay attention to PCE because that is the Fed's preferred metric of inflation. If that comes out good and GDP growth is slowing, they're still going to say we're just going to keep holding and nothing is going to change from the Fed. So you got to be careful of that. Look at how crazy this thing is. I mean, this breakout here, if this can hold, I think it's going to have some potential. Because when this thing gets going, it goes, man. And again, team, as you guys are filtering in here, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it helps out a whole lot with the algos. So we will see here. DJT was beast mode on yesterday's sell-off, nothing affecting it. I mean, that is kind of the types of things that I'm looking for right now. It's like good setups that are moving away from what the overall market is. ACB was doing that last time. That's when we hit this 1 to 16 risk to reward trade on ACB, which is why the account went up. One of the reasons why the account went up 20% that 1 week. But other than that, like DJT is really the only potential there that I see right now. We could always find more today. We could always find more. It's giving stagflation vibes. It absolutely is, but you also have to really consider what PCE is going to look like tomorrow. Let's look for it. I want to see what happens there. ACB getting hit. Again, I'm not doing anything with this. Once I have my trade set up, and I have my stop and I have my take profits, there's nothing left for me to do. We had a nice break with shares. Again, I have no expiration date on these things. When we get back up to these prices, if we do, I'm going to be up the same amount. The risk is the same. It is selling. And this thing's just whipping. Where's ES? Right back down. All right. NFL draft night? Oh, it is. That is interesting. That is very interesting. That'll be fun. I'm not going to watch it, but. All right. 10-year. Where's USD JPY? Yeah, see, like, again, when you see those brief comments out of Japan, that like, what did we say in the pre-market, guys? When you see these comments come out, it's not really going to affect anything until they actually start raising rates. Like they can play around making these statements saying, oh, we're going to stop buying our bonds. But unless they actually take direct and decisive action on the yen, it's not really going to do anything, which if they're going to do it, you guys will see in VIX Insights a little bit more. Like I want to make sure like if it's going to happen, it'll happen in May or later. It's not going to happen in like now. Do I still have a chat? What do you mean? I'm live every day, buddy. I am live every day, 9 a.m. And then again, if you're in any of the the courses. You guys have questions, I'm always around to answer your guys' questions. AMD back in the red. I think what it's going to be is if we can see USD JPY come up enough, it's the play on it is going to be TLT or TMF. That's what I think it's going to be. So when we do end up seeing that, if you start to see Japan take decisive action to try and increase the value of the yen, I'm going to go for probably TMF. That's what I'll do. But we're not there yet. DJT selling. ACB selling. We will see. We will see what happens. My DJTs are still green, though. That's nice. 5 for 9. Yeah, 10. Well, yeah, 9 minutes now to pending home sales. That's going to be very interesting. It's kind of wild that these ACB shares are still green. Because, like, this thing came up and hit, what, 753? It's down at 691, and I'm still green. I think Tor had it. Tor, did you take profits up in here? I don't know if Tor's in here this morning, but this was where I was thinking about kind of scaling out, but it was kind of basically just at a 1-to-1. So I was like, I'm not really going to do that. Because when ACB gets going, it can really go. So, and again, since we've already had, like, such an amazing month, like, I'm perfectly fine with letting these trades go for a little bit longer, especially with the ability to get those inverse ETFs on the downside to hedge whatever else is happening in the market. Dude, this thing is wild. This thing just dropped to like 38.30 and then just ripped back to 38.80. The volume on this thing is probably nutty. I mean, it's only 1.7 million, but what's the float? Doesn't say. Oh, 39 million. DRV's up 4%. Yeah, I mean, I had this one. I'm all right with, like, remember, this is my entry. I was scaling out in here as we were kind of breaking some of these levels. As it started to come back down, I cut it. I'm still very happy with the DRV trade. Why did I take the DJT position? Look at it. Look at it. Nice move up, flatline, boom. Very simple. But this one is like very much size for 0. Like, this is not like, don't go crazy. Like, if you guys are trying to do anything, do not go crazy on this. The spreads are going to be bad. The thing's going to whip around. I'm just doing it just because I want the opportunity. There's very few and far between opportunity in the market. And since, again, with all the swings that we've had this month, I'm so green. I'm fine with taking a little tiny bit of risk to say, all right, the setup looks all right. It's coming off the lows. We've already locked in a lot of the shorts. I still have the ACB that's coming down. If these both get stopped out, I mean, it's not going to make a difference. I don't have a Discord. No, I don't have a Discord. No. Like, there's no, like, if you look, once you go through the information in them, you're going to realize that, like, you don't need it. And, like, I send you guys the watch list every single week too of the things that I'm looking at. So once you guys have that, and then every once in a while we'll bring something up on the stream, you guys are good to go. ES losing the lows here. ES losing it. My DJTs are still green. What happened to EJH? What's EJH? Ooh, household. This is just a penny stock nonsense. I don't know. I mean, it's got a market cap of 50 million. Somebody's probably just screwing around with this. But lumber has been tanking. But that's just going to show probably less demand for new homes. Oh, what time is it? All right, we have 6 minutes until pending home sales. But he's got an OnlyFans? No. When are we getting our first VIX Insights? Right at market close, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to upload that for you guys. and it's the first research report is going to be out. You guys have kind of seen kind of different parts of it on Twitter when I write those Twitter threads, but this one is kind of putting everything all together, tying it up in a nice little bow. The title of this one is called "Threading the Needle." And then I have a stock that I'm going to do a write up on for you guys. I'm going to write it up today, but that one's going to come out this weekend. I know you guys are really excited about getting that first research report. Are we going to listen to new homes on the channel here? There's nothing to listen to, Hawaii. It just comes out as a piece of data. Where's ACB? Am I getting hammered on it? Not really. Still green. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. DJT screwing around. That's a nice move yesterday and today, though. Big volume. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Hey. Don't be mean to Hawaii. Nobody. You messaged you a few days on Twitter to get the watch list sent to you. Oh, D, yeah. All right. So everybody, I'll just make the announcement here. If you guys are in Swing Kings and you're not getting the emails for the watch list, send it, follow at STV Swing Kings on Twitter. Send that account a message with your email so I can confirm you're in there, and then I'll accept your follow request and you're good to go. I just haven't been on this phone in a little bit. Like I usually do it right, like all the ones from the week, I usually go through them right before I send out the watch list so that I know all of you guys are on there. So, and then, yeah, turn notifications on for that one and you'll be good to go. DJT coming back up. ACB just chilling under 7. I mean, if this can like hold up in here, maybe above 7, you get some nice convergence into the 10 before a move up like this. That would be interesting. But remember what I was saying about this zone here. It's really 755 is kind of what you have to break right around here. If this thing needs to get through that area with some steam in order to have even a chance at getting up to this 886. Not trying to be mean. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to get it on Teachable or an email. It's going to be on Teachable. So we're not going to have any of that email nonsense. So you guys are going to be good to go. I mean, I could send the link to VIX Insights in here for you guys as well. I mean, it's $15 a month. You're going to get between 3 and 6 like professional level research reports every single month. And we're also doing single stock analysis in there as well. There is one that is pretty interesting. The thesis, well, when I first talked about it, it is probably up now like a decent amount since then. They just reported earnings this week. That's your only hint. And they kind of confirmed my thesis on it. So I would like to bring it to your guys' attention. I don't own it, but it is an interesting one. Guys, this man scammed me because of his lessons. My portfolio was up 35% this week. The nerve. There you go, LG. DJT back up a little. Where's USDJPY? Hanging out. Where's the 10-year? That's nasty. Is ES still dying? Yeah. Yep. All right, what else we got? Yellen quote, consumer is strong. Yeah, Yellen. What? There could be revisions to GDP data. Oh my God, that is so funny. Yellen says GDP data shows strength in the consumer investment spending. And then the next quote is, there could be revisions to GDP data. Oh my God, that is comical. Oh my God, that's awesome. That is just great. Yeah, it's almost like saying like you fail a test and then the teacher's like, no, we'll just give you another try. It's fine. We'll just let you retake it. Same questions, we'll give you the answers, and then you're gonna be fine. If you have a look at DJT in the daily to see it's 200 EMA, it's picture perfect. What do you mean? It's coming up and touching it? You don't like the data? Change the numbers, please. Dude, that is just comedy right there. That is hilarious. All right, there's more of them. I still see underlying core drivers of economic activity considerable strength. How do you see considerable strength when the GDP expectation is 2.5% and it comes out as 1.6? Also, how are you also going to see the strength in the consumer when basically unemployment is being masked and all of the job gains are coming from part-time ads, and then you also see higher for longer inflation? Yellen is supposed to be acting with some intelligence in this market. Like, that's just craziness, ladies and gentlemen. That got me. That comment, sometimes the Yellen comments usually don't get me like that. That one was hilarious. All right, pending home sales, March actual 3.4% versus 1.6 previous, estimated 0.4. What is going on with these estimates today? What is going on? Oh, pending home sales are up though. Increased supply. Uh-oh. Dude, what are these estimates? That's not gonna be great for this. What are these estimates? Who is making these? A kindergartner? A freshman finance student? What is this? This is nuts. DJT coming down. I call shenanigans. I think you could call a lot of things on that. ACB hanging out. DJT sold off a little. It's all eyes on PCE tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we're going to be live earlier tomorrow for PCE, so I hope you guys are ready for that. That's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. A biology major. Yeah. What are they doing? Yellen, rents have stabilized, but a lot of people are still experiencing upward adjustment to higher levels. Yeah, we're on a downward path for inflation. Is she just... What is... I want to know what she's looking at there. I want to know what Yellen's looking at. DJT getting whacked. Not seeing that wage pressures are a source of inflation. The U.S. economy continues to perform very well. All right, Yellen. This is crazy. All right, guys. Again, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Helps out a whole lot with the algorithms over here. Her shoes, dude. Let them cook, I guess. Let them do their thing. All right, let's see if there's anything on actual Twitter. 20 minutes ago from Nikki Leaks. This is a notable miss. Expectations for Q1 core PCE at 3.4%. After the March CPI and PPI, Wall Street forecasters are expecting core PCE rose about 0.27% in March, which would have implied 2.7% 12-month increase. The core PCE price index rose at... Yeah, but don't we get PCE tomorrow? It's not today. Is he just talking about estimates there? How long am I live today? Another hour. Another hour. DRV, nice move up. Where's Biddy? Biddy back up. I'm still fine with the way that I managed this trade. Like, I was selling it up in here, and then through stops, let him get hit in profit. That's fine with me. Check the CNM chart. What is it? Core and main? What's that? Nah, that's not great. This is what I like right here. That's what I need. This thing, though. Whoa. What's this? I mean, that'd obviously be a shares trade, but that's an interesting one. Called it. I don't trade Forex. I can't do the speech again. We already did it today. The only Forex pair that I care about is USD JPY, only because of the widespread macroeconomic implications of the devaluing of the yen. That's it. I trade future stocks and options. And all right, I'll do it again. If you have the ability to trade future stocks or options and even crypto over Forex, you should. You should. The data feeds on those Forex brokers are terrible. You're getting different data. The spreads are wide. The slippage is terrible. The prop firms are scheming you. But I like your Forex speech. Yeah, I have to make it like every day. It's for some reason, even though it says ES on my like Instagram and TikTok videos, people for some reason like still think I trade Forex. I don't. There's better instruments to trade if you want to take advantage of price action. Like even when we start to see the signs of the Bank of Japan starting to like come in and maybe raising rates and controlling the devaluing of the yen, I'm not going to short USD JPY or go long those futures. I'm just going to go long TMF or TLT. Called it. That's kind of true. You are correct on that one, but future stocks and options are awesome. DJT back up. Where's ES? Ooh. That's an interesting 15-minute candle. If it holds here. That is an interesting 15-minute candle. Yellen, Americans are concerned with the high cost of living. Priority is to bring down cost. Biden's priority is to bring down cost. Yeah, no duh. Fed wants to see additional evidence of a stable or sustainable decline in inflation. We have a lot of Yellen comments. Oh my God. Certainly don't see the U.S. economy as overheated. Yeah, that makes sense. DJT coming down. And then back up. That thing is going to move like a crazy person. I'm not even. Our future's all alone. Well, it depends. Like when I day trade, I really only trade ES, which is S&P 500 futures. And occasionally I'll play some 0-day SPX for fun, which is the S&P 500 index. I'd love to see ACB get back above 7, hold there, and see what it wants to do from that. That's kind of what I want to see out of it today. It's not strange, but the movement of ACB is a lot different than what happened last time. One of the reasons for that is we were having some more like legalization news. That was one of the factors. So we saw a lot more news in the cannabis space. So that was turbocharging it a little bit, even when the markets were coming down. But now, I mean, I'm still in it. I'm going to keep it. It's the trade's the trade. I either get stopped or I hit my take profits. That's it. It's moving back up a little bitty. It's not for me, but all right, let's see here. ACB back to 7. There we go. There we go. That's what we like to see. Let's see if that thing can get a little steam over 7. 720 would be nice. I mean, that thing can always get a mind of its own. Market coming up a little here. We got to wait and see what happens. What are yields? Yields aren't budging. Where's gold and silver? Gold not moving with this. Silver probably not either. What do you think of the what do you want on the chart of USD JPY? Well, again, when we were looking at USD JPY back in here, what I was telling everybody a couple of weeks ago was if this was a stock, I'd be all over it. This is the only time ever that I wish I had a Forex account to take advantage of this because we would have nailed this. This is what the trade would have looked like here. You'd have entry right here. You'd have stops just below here. And then since it's all-time high breakout, the first TP would be 1 to 3. So you'd be looking for this right here. So you'd hit that in one day. And then you could go 1 to 6, 1 to whatever. And then you just keep riding it up with the 10. That's what it would have looked like. So what the issue is like, I don't have a Forex account. But now the only thing that I'm going to be looking for is it's going to be news driven. So in order to see really anything on you, whoa, DJT just got hammered. The only thing that I would like to see on USD JPY is going to have to come from the Bank of Japan stepping up in taking action to increase the value of the yen or to stop the devaluation. That's all I want to see. Morning, Vix. What's up, Drax? How you doing, man? All right. How we got? We got 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle on ES. How's the 5? It's not. The 15 is going to be where it is. You can trade it in Tradevate. No, I know. I'm just not going to. Wait, you can trade straight Forex pairs in Tradevate? What? No. No. What? That's annoying. I didn't know that. Darn, I wish I knew that. I would have done it. All right, well, next time. That's good information to know. I didn't know that. I thought it was just let's see. Called it. It would take me too long for me to go through and explain it. I mean, that's what the educational courses are there for. They break it down so in depth, like in the way that they're built, honestly, is to eliminate all of the mistakes that new traders make. I mean, that's why you see everybody in here having so much success all the time. I got some testimonials over there on the site too. There's a lot of them on my Instagram for those of you guys that want to take a look at those. But again, that 50% off deal is going to last for a little bit longer, but not much. Oh, it's a CFD. That's all right, I guess. Yeah, so here comes this move up in ES. ACB is moving a little. Dude, every single time, every day we talk about ACB, Siri freaks out. Loses its mind. You can't? No, you can trade like that 6J or whatever it was. But that's the inverse. So in this case, I'm pretty sure it would be like JPY USD. So you would have to go long when USD JPY looks like it wants to come down. Silver's flat on the... Why did I put silver over here? I need yields over here. Yields are coming down a little. USD JPY not losing it as much. ES could get interesting here. The content is amazing and the backtesting brings it home. Thank you, Hawaii. I appreciate that, buddy. You still have 10 contracts, 16 call, Mara ending on May 17th. Already took half profit and planning to keep some for earnings. What do you think? You're up 80%. I mean, Jenky, you know I can't give you any advice. If you've already taken profit on it, depending on whether or not you've made it free. I mean, I've gone through different ways of managing these trades many times in the past. I would say do whatever fits your portfolio the best. I don't know what size that is in it. I don't know what your goals are in it. Like, there's no way for me to then know. And I also can't tell you what to do. Great trade there. That's really solid. But the only thing that I will say is be very, very careful around earnings. Anything can happen. You're right. When USD JPY tanked, 6J ripped to the 200. Yeah. I just don't know what I'd have to look at it. Like, I don't know what the margin requirements are on it. Like, the day margin is going to be low, but what is the overnight or the actual, if you go to the CME, because that's what it's going to be within that 1 hour of the day. I mean, since it's Forex, maybe they don't stop trading and the margins are the same across the board. I don't know. I'd have to take a look. I haven't looked at them yet. Yellen should only intervene on exchange rates in rare cases. Like now. That's great. This thing's getting whipped around. I still like it. We'll see what happens. Size for 0. ACB hanging around 7, I am kind of a fan of. I'd love this thing to just kind of flip this and get going. I mean, you guys remember just how relaxed I was on this day. This is, I'll show you this drop. I mean, I had already scaled out of this a few times, but like this was a, what? That's not even from open. Hold on. from open, this thing had dropped like 11%, I think. Yeah, it was 11.3% before then ripping all the way up here, 21.82%. This thing can get a mind of its own. If it does, great. If it doesn't, perfectly fine. For how long have I been trading? Oh, I don't know the exact amount of years, but it's been a long time. I mean, I started first learning about markets when I was 14. I'm about to be 25. Board departure, you just passed your My Funded Futures account yesterday, secured $1,500 today, and done. Thank you, STV. Born departure. Congratulations, buddy. That is awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you. That's like 5 points of risk. That's huge. You know, Yellen always has some Werthers. Yellen's crazy. Diddy's up. What's 10-year doing? Settling. I mean, we can throw this on the 15-minute and take a look. If that thing starts bouncing from there, spaghetti-o. But yeah, that deal, everybody. I mean, the link was floating around somewhere. I think it's in the description. That's like the best prop firm deal that I've ever seen. It's like $50 for any account size until the end of the month. And if you get the accounts before the end of the month, the $50 monthly fee carries over, which is a sick deal. Good morning. What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? DJT coming back up. All right, let's see what happens there. ACB chilling around 7. ES kind of makes me want to do something on it, but it's too early. Any of my SPX trades that I take, and a lot of my day trades also come like right around noon and going into the afternoon. With SPX, I like them in the afternoon a little better. The contracts are cheap. You can have really crazy moves. It's very rare that I do that, though. I mean, I've taken it's been a little more frequent. I had one SPX trade last Friday, which was good. And then the only other one that I had was yesterday that you guys saw on Twitter, the 110% one. That was pretty good. I was a little upset about it though, because of that futures trade that I had, I got top ticked. My buy order for my stop was 51.1650. If you look at the high, it's 51.1650. That was annoying. You're looking at ES and Biddy. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do anything on Biddy again. We'll see though. I mean, I kind of would like a inverse in here as well, going into next week or even tomorrow with PCE. But when I go for those downside trades, it's more, which is like the inverses. It's usually based on a specific thesis and like that could play out in the very near future. So like, I don't like holding them for very long, even though the DRV still looks good. I mean, we can take a look at where DRV is now. I mean, this was my Biddy trade. I'm out of this thing. I mean, I was scaling out up here. I should probably put a line, and then DRV, kind of the same deal. I mean, we were all over this one. This one was real good. This one was on the Swing Kings watch list for you guys too. That was great. You're playing PCE. Have fun gambling. Have fun gambling. It's gonna be. I mean, again, you guys know what to do if you want to, like, the data driven. You guys know what the results will be over time. Doing things like that. I mean, you can make some money in the short term, but over the long term, it doesn't end up well. ACB over 7. Dude, stop. Siri loses its mind. Yellen says outright seizure of Russian assets is justifiable by law. All right, well, do what you got to do, Yellen, I guess. Let's see. Oh, you're on the expert MFF. There you go. Less restrictions, but it's a little more expensive. Yeah. Yeah. I think that, to me right now, My Funded Futures is the best futures prop firm, especially with the deal that they have right now. You're keeping your risk low, but like to take gamble once in a while. Again, that's fine. As long as your risk is actually very, very low. And you would be perfectly fine with that trade going to completely zero on both sides of it. Hey, what am I going to say? You want to have a little fun? You've had some good performance? Do what you got to do. Alcoa. I think that's silver, isn't it? This one, I mean, I would been looking at, oh no, this is aluminum. So this one's aluminum. PAAS is silver. That I don't hate, but AA I don't hate as well. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's get ACB back up here. Just kind of watch this thing. It's above 7. That's not bad. Just going to keep holding that one. Because I think there is some potential for news coming out in the cannabis sector as well. So we'll see. I mean, those things, when they get going, they can be really big. I would say most of my gains for this month have come from this ACB trade in this silver trade right here. If we pull up silver, this was the 535% silver. So I actually sold it higher than this. It was like right here because I let it go through. And then DRV was good. Biddy was good. But those were more so just base hits. Just to kind of have something to do when the market was coming down. STV going to AA? No. No. The drinking will continue until the economy improves. You guys remember that picture? I might post that on Twitter again. That's a good one. I gotta hold on. Let me find that. That's a good one. Where is it? I have it somewhere. Oh, here it is. Got it. Hold on. All right. I love the never traded Forex. Looks interesting. Bad. Stop. I'm gonna get the water bottle out for you. Stop it. don't be doing that. Where's DJT? Did that thing end up coming back up? Oh, there you go. Stop. Okay, if you want to deal with wide spreads, bad slippage, terrible data feeds, and prop firms that are stealing from you, go for it. That's what I'll say. Are you trading shares when I take ACB? I've been actually trading a lot more shares recently, and I've really enjoyed it. The silver trade was options. For DJT, I'm also on options as well. It really depends. Like, I do like trading shares though a lot. I'm gonna do a lot more of that. Saying I trade Forex sounds cool though. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't. You know what sounds cool? This is what people do in their Twitter bios that are like traders. They put L/S equities and derivatives. And it's like, listen, dude, your $1,000 Robinhood account does not mean that you're a long short equity derivatives trader. All right. That's like saying, it's like saying, oh shoot, there's another good example of this. Shoot, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Do I share the trade with my view? Oh, so, I mean, you can tell what I'm doing sometimes, but you never want to be following anybody on the internet ever going into trades. What I want from all of you guys is to be self-sufficient, and that's what we've done. I send you guys the watch list all the time to make sure that I'm pointing you guys in the right direction. But one, doing that's illegal. You can't do that. And two, nobody ever learns anything from that. You just are, and again, this is the way I frame it too. The very act of asking for somebody else to give you trades is showing that you don't have a long-term vision and you just want to try and make some money right now, which is a surefire way to fail in the market. So in the reason why I do things a lot differently is because, well, I actually care about you guys and I want you to have long-term success. And then think about it too. What if I'm not around anymore and you've just been feeding off, like, let's say, for example, that we did that. Like, okay, then I just stop streaming. What happens to you? You guys are screwed. So what I would like to do is, and what I do, especially in the education that I provide, is I make sure that you guys have the lifelong skills to be able to make money in the market, regardless of if I'm here or not, because that's what's most important. It's having that long term vision. ACB moving back up, that's nice. The drinking will continue until the economy improves. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's just like you got to think about it that way. Like anybody out there that is saying, "Hey, follow my trades," immediately avoid them. They're not there to help you. What they're there to do is charge you an ungodly amount of money every single month so that you are then a paying customer. That's what it is. Like you guys know, the amount of money that I could charge every single month for VIX Insights, all the research that I'm doing for you guys, the single stock write-ups, the fundamental analysis, I could charge hundreds of dollars a month for that. It's 15 bucks. I want it. And again, the only reason why there's a charge anyway is because I'm putting so much time and effort into getting these out for you guys. That's it. Baba looking to break out? Where's Yin? There we go. Yeah, I have a decent sized position on this around here. So my Yin shares are nicely back in the green. Baba, I think we're going to have some fun with China this summer. I think we're going to have some fun with China. And the other thing too, called it like, and people will not like that and be like, oh, I want you to spoon feed me. And it's like, all right, well, I can just tell, like, that's fine. Don't like, whatever, don't watch. And I'm not saying that you're like that. I'm just saying that like people will act that way. But for everybody else that kind of knows how, like, especially with short-term trading and how it works, those are the types of people that are going to become a statistic every time. So, I mean, this looks good. Where's DJT? Whipping, man. Whipping around. And even then, with the educational courses I provide, like, I mean, the 50% off deal is ending soon. But, I mean, I'm not going to make you guys, like, even when the deal goes away, it's not going to, like, you're not going to get double charged. Because anybody that actually puts that foot forward and wants to learn, I want you guys to have the ability to do that. This thing, I don't know. I mean, it's got a nice setup. It's still there. If this thing can go, it'll be fun. If not, tiny little paper cut. This one is still looking all right. Still looking all right here. Yeah, we're going to be on live early tomorrow as well for PCE. So we'll be on at, what, 8:25 probably. That's going to be tough. I think I have to go out tonight for this. One of our friends just like finished law school. So there's like a party for that tonight. And I have to, keep it in the zoo because we have to do this tomorrow. The good thing with these live streams, you're getting another view of trading and how it actually works, and that's nice. Yeah, that's the point. Called it. That's exactly the point. Johnny, I've never seen that movie, so I don't know on that, but here comes ES. What were we saying about that 15-minute candle? There she goes. There she goes. All right, let's see. DRV. I'm not doing anything with this. ACB is looking okay. DJT is just flickering around. It's up 6%. I mean, the volume's kicking back up here. We just see if this thing can continue. USD JPY is fizzling in a little bit. 10 years coming down. I would be interested to see what happens to the 10-year after it gets to this 15-minute 10. If it sells through, this market could easily have some more upside up to like 50, 55, or maybe even a little higher. I mean, this thing could go all over the place today. But every chart you're looking at is independent. Not really. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, the way to explain it is every single chart in the market is going to be influenced by the overall market to some degree. Sometimes it's going to move one-to-one with the market. Sometimes it's going to move more than the market moves up or down. But unless there's crazy news happening, every single stock in the market is going to be influenced by what the overall market is doing. Um, but again, when you're looking at things and when I look at setups, like for me right now, what I'm looking for is the potential for some upside setups, which are ECB and DJT. And then, what I'm also looking for is some of those 3 times levered inverse ETFs to get some exposure to downside moves in the market as well. This type of market environment, you got to be a little bit more nimble, and you have to be able to like maneuver your way through these market conditions. Like I'm not taking on as much risk as I usually would. Like you guys all saw the time period between like November and early March when almost every single ticker that was on the Swing Kings list would go nuts. RKT, Affirm, Mara, AMD, what up, PayPal, everything was going crazy. So in those times, like when we're like really going crazy, yeah, then like, all right, I'll take a little bit more risk. Maybe instead of 1%, it's 1.5 or 2. But in those cases, like you then also have to understand when to stop doing that, which to me was after not necessarily after the first hot CPI, but it was second CPI, the second hot CPI, which I believe was like end of February or mid-March. It was right in that area. And you guys saw it. Like we had that week where I didn't send out a list because I just wanted to see where things wanted to go. And then recently when we saw continued hot CPI, increased geopolitical conflict and escalation, that's when I really started to go for some of those like DRV, Biddy, and some of those others just to have exposure there. It doesn't mean that I'm looking for like a trade like this on it, but it is helpful to understand those market conditions and say, all right, well, this is not the time to be going crazy with it. Can it just flip right back? It absolutely could. If we see low PCE data tomorrow or cool PCE data, and you combine that with low GDP, I mean, that's kind of a signal to the Fed that, all right, things are kind of moving in the right direction. But right now, what everybody's talking about is stagflation because everybody's looking at the last PPI and CPI reports and saying, well, prices are higher, growth is lower. And if you look deep into the unemployment reports, well, full-time employment jobs are actually declining and all of the job gains were coming from part-time. So you have every single metric right now for stagflation, which the Fed would not cut interest rates into. But that doesn't mean that there's not potential for opportunity, you know? And these are things you guys have to know. And that's why I do these streams. So not only are we going to be talking about all the things happening with trading and all the psychological elements of that, but the most important things to understand are the things that I've just discussed. What did you do to the market while you were on a conference call? Did you yell and fix the market? No, I mean, I think you were around here when I was talking about this candle, Ralph. It didn't fully do what we would really need to see it do, but I mean, that 5-minute candle was all right. ECB back down below, DJT back down below 38. Let's see what happens with all these. Yellen said some crazy things, though. I don't know if you've seen the rest of the Yellen comments, but they've been a bit nuts. They have been a bit nuts. Candle structure matters, always has, always will. Yep. That's what I was looking at. I mean, you could see when this 15-minute candle was forming, one of those mastermind strategies was starting to get going, but it didn't look good enough. This is what you would have done if I were to do anything. You would have gone like entry right around here above this zone, stops down below, and the target would honestly be up here. So it doesn't even look like that's going to get there. We have Euro close when? An hour? It switched back, right? It's not 12. That switched back like a few weeks ago. So Euro close is in an hour. SLV looking a little better. Let's take a look at silver. Yeah, up 0.5%. Where's GLD? It looks good. Where are the junior miners? This is the 3 times levered junior, or 2 times levered, sorry. I don't hate that long, but I don't like it. The knowledge STV drops in here. Thanks, man. Just wait for what you guys see in VIX Insights after hours today. You're gonna be like, oh man, that's what they're doing. Yeah, like that was a fun one. I woke up real early one day and just went crazy with it. I think it's like 6 or 7 pages of info. Hold on. The gold and silver are starting to move. That's interesting. Look at this. You look at this on the, I don't want the 30, but the 15, that's the 10. Come on. That's the 30. Come on. All right, there it is right there. Yeah, I mean, this thing is starting to get some steam here. Let's see. I love the deep insights and why you do what you do. Thank you, Dose. Appreciate that, buddy. I do feel lucky learning from you. Thank you, Daily Taylor. I appreciate that, man. One of one. Good morning, buddy. But again, still, I'm gold. Something's going on with gold. Where's the dollar? Where's the dollar? Did the dollar just get whacked? Yeah, the dollar's coming down. Yeah, watch this. Gold is going. What are yields doing? Yields are bouncing. USD JPY, what's this? This is selling off. So dollar's devaluing against the yen. That's helping gold come up. Same thing with silver. I would expect this. Yep, silver up 1% now. And you bounce off the zone. If the dollar keeps heading lower, I mean, you're going to see these things get a little nuts. Oh, ticker GM? Oh, sorry. All right, let's take a look at GM. Basically flat on the day. How's this look on the daily? Next week, might want to play around with this thing. That could be fun. That could be fun. All right, let's get ACB and some of these back on here. Oh, ACB. Come on, buddy. You're better than that. Where's DJT? Is this thing still whipping around? We'll see what happens there. That thing is going to move like a wild child. I wouldn't expect this thing to do anything crazy today. Setting up nice. Yeah, if that 10 can catch up to it, I'd be interested. Yeah, I mean, still looking good, man. Let's see. Yeah, it is getting there. First win of the day. There you go, IT. Or called it. Sorry. I'm not going to call you IT. Let's see. All right. Didn't the Swing Kings catch a GM move? I think it was on there. No. Oh, it was this one. Yeah. This was the move on GM with Swing Kings in February. This is a while ago, though. I mean, this wasn't the craziest trade. I mean, it was a nice 1-to-4 risk to reward. That's still not bad. I mean, that's a very solid trade there. So I know a lot of you guys were in on this one too. It was like GM and I think DG were the two. Yeah, it was this one that went nuts. That ended up being a 1-to-12. Even with that little retest here, boom. That was a good one. But in general, though, if you look at like dollar stores closing, their margins are significantly compressing just because of the cost of a lot of these goods. And that signals a really big problem potentially coming for just the overall economy. Because if you have people that need to use dollar stores and get those low priced goods and those stores start closing, where do they go? Well, they probably are living sort of near these dollar stores. They're going to have to increase their transportation costs to actually go to grocery stores that are going to charge them more money than they would at the dollar stores. So it would put even more pressure on the consumer. That's not good. So when Yellen and everybody comes out and says the consumer is strong, it's like, well, then why are the dollar stores closing? Or not necessarily why are the dollar stores closing, but that should be a factor that they're considering because the prices of things are continuing to go higher and those companies are not as able to make money in that business as they used to be. You know? Here comes DJT again. This thing's just whipping around. Just whipping around. I'm still green on the ACB shares, though. So it's coming down, though. I mean, it's down 4% today. That's not what you want to see. I mean, I'm not really worried about the gap down risk for that, where it is right now. But if it gets close enough, I mean, I'll just cut it. ES doing a whole lot of nothing. I don't think there's going to be a day trade setup for us today. Probably not tomorrow either, with PCE and the shocks that could bring to the market. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, you guys all have to think under this methodology and mindset. Less trades, more profits. Stop trying to scalp a 1 minute time frame 10 times a day. You're going to burn yourself. You're just going to get burnt. Tesla 15 minute. There's not as much of a wick on there as I would like to see. Oh, are you talking about Tima? Or what are you talking about, Ralph? 5 minute looks all right, but are you talking about Tima? Because that could be interesting. I mean, this could do it today. This could end up getting some steam and headed back up there. I mean, it's tried to hold this 10 on the 15 for a while. It just needs those buyers to come back in and go boom. Money moving from Tesla to DJT. Yeah. You think DJT is winding up? Well, I mean, I don't really have a good feel. Did he get you using Tima too? No, I just know what it is. I haven't looked at DJT enough on those smaller time frames to have that feel for it. It absolutely could be, though. Who knows? I mean, it's getting up there right now. It's trying, doing its best. You just had a little flash up to 38.50 there. Let's see if that can continue. ES, no fun there. Where are the yields? Yeah, again, that's what I was saying. Like, you got to watch for that bounce off the 50. Even though it's government bond yields, like, it's still going to respect technicals. Like, that's a nice clean bounce off the 10 EMA there on the 15 minute. All right. Team of 5 and 15 not confirmed or attempting. Yeah, that's what I would say too. All right, let's see. I mean, if you can break 40 today, that'd be interesting on DJT. $1.50. Same on ES. Team is interesting. I mean, again, you guys know how strict I am with the way that I trade. It's like, I don't think you'll see anybody else that says no to so many charts and everything out there on the internet. Like, if it doesn't fit what I like to trade, I just don't do it, man. Like, why bother? It wouldn't make any sense to do that. All right, we'll keep watching that for a little bit. ES baited the zone. Let's see. You guys have been going nuts on Instagram too. Oh, I crossed like 40,000 followers on TikTok too, which is kind of wild. Like, dude, TikTok is crazy. TikTok is wild. All right, let's see what we got. We got a new 15-minute candle coming in 30 seconds here. That'll get interesting. Where's Tesla today? That is, honestly, to me, that's pretty shocking on Tesla. This move up in Tesla today is shocking. But remember, I've been saying that there's the potential for a really awesome Tesla move at some point this year. This could be starting to show this sorry, showing the signs of that. Um, but it's not there yet. We'll have a better understanding of this by the end of next week. And honestly, tomorrow too, after PCE. Let's see. Yeah, but we'll be live early tomorrow. I'm also gonna start making a lot more YouTube videos for you guys too. I've just been so busy with you guys in the mastermind. Like it's just been a lot. Like I got that, VIX Insights, going on Twitter, trading, like all the other stuff that I do. Like it's been busy, team. This thing just whips. Yeah, this isn't doing much. It's getting interesting, team. It is getting interesting. Yeah, so again, make sure you guys all have notifications turned on for the channel here. YouTube's been being very weird recently. Just not showing everything, but let's see. Do I like underground hip hop? I mean, sort of, but not probably the ones that you guys would listen to. I mean, this is interesting. Like this has the look. Like this has the post earnings look. 5-minute internal trend shift on ES. Well, yes, but Andrew, there's not much here, man. Like there'd be nothing to do on ES here. Like, well, how big is this move? 22, 40. No, this would be nothing. That would be nothing for us. 2 points. Heavy clubber. Nah, I stopped doing that. Clubs get boring, man. Wasn't sure. I mean, it did shift trend. It's just the 15-minute. Like, listen, this is just 2 candles. Like, maybe 3, but that's not enough for me to be interested in it, you know? Why did the market open gap down on news? We had basically every single sign almost confirmed for stagflation. That's why. GDP expectations were like 2.6. It came out at like what 1.5. It was terrible data. But then all eyes are going to be on PCE tomorrow. So if that comes in low, I mean that kind of shifts everything. What else do we have? Yeah, it's just yelling stuff from a while ago. There's nothing crazy here. ACB's trying to come back up. DJT, same deal. Let's see. Facebook getting wrecked didn't help either. No, yeah, Facebook getting wrecked did not help this. I mean, the market is still down 1.42%. Like ES is down 73 points today. That's big. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, again, you guys know exactly. Can we talk time zones? No, you guys know exactly, like, what you guys that have seen kind of all of the data and everything that I do with the day trades in the market. Well, there's nothing here. So if I do not have an edge or there's not highly probable conditions, I don't do anything. It's as simple as that. And that's what enables like you guys to have success over the long term. You can't be trying to go into the market and treat it like a fixed income instrument because that's not what it is. I'm not talking time zones. But yeah, I'm gonna be making a lot more YouTube videos for you guys too. I might try to start doing them even when we're doing the mastermind. It's just the mastermind takes up a lot of time. Were you waiting for the SPY to drop since it rejected off the 5-minute 24? I think you guys are trying to do too much with it today. You're just hunting for stuff that isn't there. Like, you think I'm going to trade this today? No. There's no opportunity there for you. Unless you're going to try and scalp for pennies and, like, maybe go for, like, a 1-to-1 risk reward. I just don't see that as being the smart thing to do. If you guys want to do it, go for it. But again, you got to make sure that you're thinking of that long-term view and you understand what your data with the here goes DJT. What your data and the systems are able to provide you over time. That's what it's all about. If I could code that strategy into an algorithm, I would, and just let it go. That was an interesting move there on DJT. Let's see if that thing gets a little spicy. Again, guys, it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. And your approach is like just completely changed from like what everybody else just spews as nonsense into your ears in the market. Let's see. Let's see. DJT's trying for 39 again here. Like that. What were we saying was going to happen potentially on the 15-minute? Look at it. Here it comes. Let's see if it can do it. You're very right. Not very smart, very hungry. Exactly. Letting those types of emotions get to you in the market is going to be the cause of your downfall, which is not what you want to do. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Rejected there a little bit. ACB's trying to get back up. What's ES doing? It's just bouncing off the zone. Nothing crazy there. How much do I risk per trade? It depends. Usually with the swings, it's like 1 to 2%. With the day trades on futures, it's between, I don't know, 500 and 1,000. That's usually what it is. Like you said, less trades, more profits. Exactly. Exactly. But again, with those day trades, remember, like with the risk to reward that we get from that strategy, like if you hit a double TP, you're averaging like a 1 to 6 risk to reward. So you risk 1,000, you're making like $6 grand. You don't have to do that very many times in a month, do you? Like DJT's trying there. It's back at 38.80. It's right back up there. ES slip. That was big. Wow. Look at that. Look at how crazy this thing is. Look at this. It's just whipping. Exactly. Just like I said. Less trades, more profits. Tessie down a little. A 10-year cooled off there. Man, what are these DJTs doing? DJTs are basically flat now. And use the code. No, I would. I mean, the overnight strategy that I gave you guys, you could easily code that one. That would be the easiest one to code. It's literally buy at 6, 9-point stop, sell at 9:30 if you're still in it. That's it. That one's pretty cool. Anything else coming through the feed? I don't think so. All right, cool. It's just slow. It's just waiting for things to play out. That's it. That's it. Dude, DJT is whipping so fast. Like, you look at this on the 1 minute. It doesn't look like it, but it really is whipping in terms of like how, like the sense that it's moving. Is it 9 point? No, it's 9. You could do 9.5, but I wouldn't. I mean, you're adding 2 extra ticks of risk in. The testing was all done with 9. I mean, I think that's entry right there. If you were to have taken it, I'm not touching that though. It's too tight. Like there's nothing there. All eyes on PCE tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's looking like here. I mean, this market's still down over 1.5% right now. That's nasty. You were doing 9.5. That's a you problem, Daniel. It's very clear in that video that it's 9. And every single time that I say it on the stream, 9-point stop. You like to trade, dude? There's nothing going on. ACB doing nothing. DJT is, dude. Siri needs to stop. Like, you couldn't handle it. Well, that's why I told you guys it's completely sized for 0. That thing can go to nothing and I'll be fine. That's why I took it that way. And I didn't want to have to deal with the shares and the gap down risk. If I took the shares, I'd be green, but the contracts are flat. Those contracts can juice though. That's why I'm playing the options on it. Maybe you were thinking about giving an extra tick or two. Guys, why does everybody think to just do their own thing when I hand you the data? Daniel, come on. It's like me saying, hey, look at all this data and it works. You're like, all right, great. I'm going to do this way. It's like, what are you doing? You can't even do 11 points. You'll get liquidated. Yeah, ACB is coming down. DJT right back down. Everything's coming down. Tesla, I think, is moving down too. Little bit. It's just losing a little bit of those gains. Carvana. Ooh, what's that? Ooh. I kind of like that. I'm going to have to take a look at that after. That's going to be fun. That might be one that goes on Swing Kings for you guys this weekend. There's some interesting tickers out there that I want to take a look at for everybody. It's wild that the ACB shares are still green. You've been playing it on MES when you do? Oh, yeah, nice. There you go. I mean, that's probably the smart way to do it for most people. DJT, what are you doing? It's just whipping. What do we got? Minute and a half? Uh-oh. SMCI intraday. How is that doing? Did those stay green or no? They get hammered. Dude, SMCI is still green. Where's NVIDIA? NVIDIA is up 2.2%. AMD up. I mean, it's barely green, but it is up. That's kind of wild. That's kind of crazy. I can't believe that those are staying green, guys. Like, that's pretty nuts. Market down 1.5% and the semis are green. That's an interesting move there. They've been very, very, very weak. It's coming back up a little. Tessie green, that shocks me. Tesla being green, especially after that earnings. The thing with Tesla, guys, and let's talk about this very quickly with Tesla before we wrap up. Tesla's trying to break into the Indian market. Now, what you have to realize about India is that they have some insanely high import taxes on vehicles. So I forget what the exact numbers are, but anything under, I believe, $40,000, it gets like a 70% import tax. They just decreased it over 40,000, mainly to try and get Tesla in there. Now the problem is that Elon's trying to get a factory in there because if you build them actually in the country, the tax doesn't apply because you're not importing it. Well, in the last Tesla earnings call, what did Elon say? Well, he wants to put a heavy emphasis on lower priced vehicles. So if he's going to try and import those to India, well, that's going to be an issue because they're going to be paying 70% tariff. The second thing you have to realize too is that the overall the wealth disparity in India is very significant, and like the average monthly wage in US dollars is like $350 a month. So who's going to be able to buy them? That's the issue that you see with India right now. But team, it is 11 a.m. That is going to be wrapping up the stream for this morning. Remember, the VIX Insights Research Report, your first one, is coming out at market close today. And remember that 50% off deal to all the education, the day trading mastery course, the Swing Kings course, that is ending soon. So if you guys want to take advantage of that, there is the link there. I'll be sending out, I mean, we still have tomorrow, but again, you guys are going to get that Swing Kings watch list. And as Hawaii found out, when you guys hop in there and you guys message me and ask me questions, I'm always going back and forth with you guys in there, even though it's just a one-time fee. So team, I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Don't do anything crazy, please. This market is wild. Do not be wild with it. So guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow.